Hey guys, PDC here, and I'm back for another recording of the game that I posted yesterday. Like I said, the mic volume was really off, so I decided to re-record it, but I just wanted to leave that up there for a little while so you had something to watch. But this commentary will be a little better, as I was also trying to edit and get used to how this new laptop works. But the reason I did not post any videos and did not catch it yesterday in a little while is because my laptop broke. So now that I have a new one, I should have a couple more videos coming up more frequently. Trust me, I don't want to, quit. If you thought that, I'm quitting again after I said I'm not going to quit. No, that's not it at all. I just didn't have anything to upload because my laptop broke. But in that time, I did want to upload a couple games. I do have a couple really cool games that I am going to upload soon. But this is the first one. This is a Pokemon World Cup game against Darren. I am on US East, which is in the finals now, and Darren is on Oceania. This was in round 1, so preliminaries technically. But it's still a pretty good match, and I figured I would upload it since it is a rather high-profile tournament match. And it's always good to put something up like this on your YouTube channel because it does, I like uploading most high tournament matches. And I also am in Smoking Superstars Top 16, so I'm going to be uploading a lot of really good games as time goes on. I'm sure you've seen Joey, PokeAim, upload World Cup games as well, and sadly, I don't really have any of me aside from this one because my laptop broke and I could not play in any round 2, round 3, or finals now. Because I didn't really have anything to play on, and I could not play on mobile because that is absolute hardball, and I would never, ever, ever wish anybody to play a big tournament game, no matter how much I hate them, on mobile, because you're either going to end up disconnecting, and you cannot calc because you just have to leave the game and then come back. It just doesn't work, and that pisses me off. But regardless, let's get right into the game. So we're going to look at my team first, which is a rather defensive team. It was made by Hugo. It has a Mola, which may seem strange, but it's actually just like, it's bulky, it can pass wishes, and although it doesn't really have any offensive power at all, it's just annoying. It's just there, and that's kind of what it does. We have Gliscor, especially defensive Gliscor, which has been really catching on lately, and it's really doing a lot of work. We have Ferrothorn and Mola and Gliscor make a really good core. I always liked it. It's just like nothing really breaks it that well. And then you have a combination of Heracross and Tyranitar. Tyranitar is Choice Scarf, so Ferrothorn is going to have Stealth Rocks. And those two, they work really well, as Tyranitar can just eliminate shit like Latios, which Darren does have, and Pursued it. And then you have my own Latios, which is there for defog and just in general resistances, because I did need a better check to Keldeo. Although then again, a Latios without Recover is not exactly a great check to Keldeo even, because it gets 2 a KO by Specs Hydro Pump if rocks are up, and it can't really switch in very often. And considering how much I would rely on Latios, considering I also did need a better Thunderous check, as especially defensive Gliscor is not exactly the best. It's kind of a shaky check, really. And if he had something like Latios plus Thunderous, I would be in a lot of trouble. Or Latios plus Keldeo plus Thunderous. I'm still worrying right now because Latios plus Keldeo are pretty big threats to my team. Although Mola can handle Keldeo. But overall, that's the game plan for my team. I know that my Heracross is definitely going to be doing damage to his team. It's basically a guaranteed KO if I do get it in. But he does have Latios and Keldeo, so that is kind of annoying. And I think the Powdon can beat it as well. Although I am Swords Dance, so if I get the +2, he's not really going to be able to beat me. But overall, all I need to really do is get up rocks, annoy him with Ferrothorn, and knock some stuff off with Gliscor, and maybe pull a couple good plays. But Darren is running a pretty standard Sand offense team. Nothing that's surprising here. Sand Excadrill has been coming, it's been really popular as of late. And as you can tell, he's definitely going to be a worthy opponent, as he does have a decent enough team advantage with things like Excadrill, which I can't handle that well since a Mola is not as bulky to take a Life Orb Earthquake consistently, and Gliscor is especially defensive, so it's not going to be liking an Iron Head to the face. If he has SD Scizor, I'm in a bad position. I need to burn it because it's really just what's going to just fuck me over. SD Scizor is something that it could easily tear my team apart, and I do not want to deal with that at all. But that's pretty much it for team preview. Let's get right into the game. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and lead with my drug battle with Latios. Latios is going to go ahead for an HP fire as he has to scout. It would be really nice if you left that Scizor in there because I think it lives anyway. But that was a good play on his part, and he goes with his Latios. And since he knows I'm HP fire, he's going to outspeed me. But what he does is he tricks his choice specs to my Ferrothorn. Now, this isn't exactly that big of a deal, but it's pretty annoying as Ferrothorn would have been really annoying for his team to face with Leech Seed and all. I get my rocks up, and he goes to Scizor. I immediately have to go to my Alomomola to get a burn because SD Scizor is a threat. This thing could really do a lot of damage for me, and I do not want to deal with it. So I go for a Scald, but as you can tell, Scald's not burning anybody yet. I don't get a burn on the Rotom Wash, but it is nice to know that at least it is going to be taking a little SR damage. I go out to my Ferrothorn, and he Volt Switches, and he's going to obviously go right back to Scizor. I can't risk Leech Seeding here, because, quite honestly, it's just not really worth it. Because then he can get the +4, and then he can do like 80% or more to my Alomomola. So he's going to do 55 with a +2 knockoff. And I have to burn him with Scald. So now I'm going to go ahead and Scald again, hopefully getting a burn. But it does not happen. He goes ahead and knocks off again, and I have to sack my Ferrothorn. Already, it looks like I'm going to be 6-0 by this thing. I have to sack my Ferrothorn into this damn thing, and then I go out to my Alomomola again. And I'm really sweating here, but he chokes, and he switches for no reason. He had no motive to switch. He knew that he was going to either have to beat the burn at some point, and he was I think +4 there? He had no reason not to knock me off into a KO me. I honestly should have went Latios there in the original Volt Switch, so that way he could not have set up with Scizor. But whatever, I guess things happen. So I go in my own Latios on the Volt Switch as he scares a Alomomola out, and I do like that Scizor is now pretty weak. It's not going to be able to really set up as easy anymore. He goes to his Hippowdon on the double of me going to T-Tar. I can't hurt it, so he's going to go ahead and get a Rocks up. And right now, I'm getting nervous. I don't know how I'm going to be able to really win this. I'm getting really, really nervous because he looks like he has a huge advantage. But this is where choke happens. This is where his main win condition and breaker is about to die. I knock off his Scizor and then Earthquake him, and that KOs it. I guess he was not expecting that to happen, or maybe he was. I don't know. But all I know is one of my biggest threats is gone, and that kind of equals it out. He goes out to his Keldeo and goes for Skull, but luckily he does not burn me. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and go straight for the Toxic because I need a weakened Keldeo. And as you can tell, I'm starting to get a little of my momentum back. A Poison Keldeo is a weakened Keldeo, and that's really good for me considering how Keldeo is a pretty big annoying threat for my team, especially considering how Alomomola and Latios are both weakened. I go to my own Latios on the Keldeo, and then he goes to his own Excadrill on the Tyranitar switch after he goes to Latios. Let's just slow this down a little bit. But he's going to go ahead and go out to his Excadrill, and as you can tell, I'm already in a pretty bad spot here. He goes for the Iron Head here, and that does a lot of damage. Poison Heal does put me at 51%, but honestly, the roll was in his favor. I do not know why he did not stay in. I thought that was kind of strange. He probably should have stayed in. There was really no reason not to. But whatever, I guess that's his call. I would have, definitely stayed in because I believe the roll was completely in my favor. And I would be able to kill Gliscor, and that'd be pretty much it. Because Gliscor is the only thing that's going to be able to take an Earthquake. And Latios is not liking anything Excadrill has at all. So I'm going to go ahead and go for another Roost, as because I have Special Defensive Gliscor, I don't really need to worry, and he doesn't have a Life Orb or Choice Specs anymore, so Gliscor is going to be able to tank, like, anything. I think Draco Meteor will only do, like, maybe 50%, and even then, maybe, like, 48 or something. It's not going to do that much. But I'm going to go to my Latios on his Keldeo switch as he goes for the Hydro Pump. Now, I get lucky here. Sand runs out just in time for me to get a quick, fired-off Draco Meteor as Latios' last move. I go ahead and go for the Draco Meteor as he goes for Hippowdon. Hippowdon is not really going to be that useful for him, so I guess he figures that it's just a decent enough sack. And Draco Meteor is 84%, and that pretty much seals Hippowdon's fate. He's no way going to be a big deal anymore. He's not going to be able to cock block my Tyranitar switches to his Latios, although then again, Tyranitar, it's kind of becoming a liability because that would give him Sand Rush. But then again, he's faster than everything on my team anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and go to Heracross and get this Mega up. Heracross is kind of my backup check to his Excadrill, as it can tank one move of whatever he has. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the Hippowdon, and he's going to go straight to his, I think it was his Latios here, because that's the only really good switch he can put in for. I'm obviously going to be scared out, and I'm going to be forced to go to my Tyranitar. Now, he stays in. He doesn't pull a double this time. He does not pull a double to his Keldeo. I honestly would have, because that would have put him in a decent enough situation where he could have gotten another KO if he went for Hydro Pump. But I guess he didn't. I guess he thought I would predict there, but I was playing safe this whole game. I would have made it. If I were him, I would have doubled the Keldeo there. I thought that was a blunder on his part, but he's going to go ahead and die to sand. So that means one of the main Heracross checks is dead. Although then again, I don't really have a clear way to get Heracross in either. So now he's going to go ahead and go to Excadrill. I'm worried. I don't want to deal with this Excadrill. This thing could tear my team apart. I'm going to go ahead and go out to my Alomomola. Bitch Please too. If you didn't recognize, these are Marshall Mathers LP, the other first album nicknames, all of them. But he goes to the Swords Dance, and I'm like, oh my god, he has to not make a play here. He has to not make a play here. If he does, I'm fucked. I lose. But I go to my role model Gliscor as he goes for an Earthquake, and he's too much of a bitch to go for Iron Head, so that puts me in a good situation once again. He cannot beat Gliscor in his eyes for some reason. If I were him, I would have just went for it. There was no reason to not. I think there is like maybe a 75% chance at UKO. And if I were in his position, yeah, I would just go for it. And honestly, it's not like Oceania had any chance of making top 8 anyway. So he didn't really have anything to lose. But he goes to his Rotom Wash, and since I'm especially defensive Gliscor, I can Toxic this thing freely. I go ahead and Toxic this, and this is the beginning of the end. I'm going to go ahead and go right out to my Heracross here, because, I don't think he was going to Volt Switch, and even if he Will-O-Wisp, it's not that big of a deal, because I'm pretty sure Rotom Wash would still probably be dead. Maybe he wouldn't be. I'm not really sure the calc. I am Jolly. I'm not adamant either. But he does not go for the Will-O-Wisp. He does not go for a Volt Switch. Instead, he goes for a Hydro Pump. And my Heracross is going to get his KO here. My MVP against most stall, sandy, bulky teams is going to get a KO. And it's going to put pressure on. And you're going to see now he's going to basically back into a corner. He cannot set up anything. He's going to be forced to go out to Keldeo here, as he cannot go out to his Gliscor. And he's going to go ahead and go for a Hydro Pump. However, it does miss. I'm sorry, but, that probably didn't really matter in the end anyway. Unless he got, like, a crit on a Alomomola. Yeah, he could have won that, maybe. Or, I don't even know. Maybe it was like 80%, because I don't know if it shows Regenerator. But that's game right there. He goes for the Iron Head. There is nothing he can do here. He goes for the Earthquake on Heracross, but he Iron Heads my Gliscor. He could technically win this. He could have technically won this if he flinched my Gliscor twice. And, oh, that's a loud helicopter. But he could have technically won this if he flinched my Gliscor twice. That way he could have won this. Like, if he flinched Gliscor here, and then he flinched my Gliscor again, and maybe he flinched a Alomomola and then put off a Life Orb Earthquake, he could have won, but that's relying on, having 3 flinches without Serene Grace. But anyway, Gliscor is going to go ahead and finish it off with an Earthquake. Good game, Darren. And, man, those helicopters are loud. This is why it kind of sucks living near Sikorsky. If you didn't know, I live near the Sikorsky area. Not airbase. I live near their center, and they always like test fly helicopters and stuff like that around here. And like they always come really low. And man, I like all the time. You can always hear a helicopter or something flying around here. But actually, I live near a highway, so it's always noisy. There's always a highway, or you can hear the train, or there's either helicopters or planes or something flying over. Because I live near, I think there's an airport in Stratford or something. I know there's an airport in New York, and I think cross transatlantic flights come across here. But anyway. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys with that little off-topic thing, but I hope you guys enjoyed the match. I won 3-0 with a pretty cool team made by Hugo, the Great Bastard. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully the audio is fixed as well. I'm going to be checking this, and if I have to re-record it again, I will do that. But anyway, Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. I want to get to 500 subscribers by the end of August. I really want to make 1,000 by the end of the year. So if you can shout me out, or share, or subscribe, or comment, or like the video, of course, and spread the word. That'd be really cool. But anyway, I'd like to thank all you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.